Hello and welcome back to Columbus, Ohio for the Origin Summer Preview. I'm with John Paul from Gale Force 9, and this is the latest Dungeons & Dragons board game, Tyrants of the Underdark.
It is indeed. It's literally just flown in.
All right.
It'll be in stores in a few weeks' time, but these copies came so that people at the show get to feel and touch and
see, yes.
And see, as your group played last night.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see that Tom managed to come last. So
we saw that the score pad is in there. We saw Tom lost.
Yeah. So. The game's written by the same creative team at Wizards who did Lords of Waterdeep. So it has a lot of the feel and the familiar of one of the classic Wizards games that was published.
Okay.
But the guys worked on this behind the scenes for a while, and so it's matured into something very elegant. It's a combination deck builder and strategic placement management.
Okay.
What you're doing is representing one of the four drow houses, and you're fighting basically for dominance of the Underdark. You're going to build through power and influence your forces and your market deck. You shop with influence, and you'll be choosing from market cards that allow you to add cards with abilities, changing tactics, and you will be using your power to influence the pieces on the board, spreading out from your city to dominate the board.
Okay, so does everyone start in a particular city at the beginning of the game? Or
you can start in any of the black cities. The board's actually split into a two-player center section. Third player can use left or right side, and four-player uses the whole board. So you can play 2, 3, or 4-player.
Yes.
You'll pick a starting location. From there, you'll expand out. The little shields represent your house troops, and they are the four houses, four famous, well-known drow houses. There are a bunch of unfortunate residents of the Underdark who are represented by the bone-coloured. They are already here, and the board is populated with them.
Okay.
And they're just in the way. Basically, they're trophies waiting to be taken, because to win, to dominate the board, you need to eliminate not only the drow, but anybody who happens to be in the way. So the Myconoids in Aramikos, the dwarves in Gauntlgrim, anything in your way to total domination of the Underdark has to be eliminated. The game balances between two core things. You are trying to use your deck of cards to manipulate your ability to use power and influence, but your deck of cards and what you're killing and areas you're taking over are scoring points for the end game. The problem is you can't keep track of that because there is no score tracker. You are all deviously keeping track of only your own things, because what you see on the board is limited in terms of your ability to predict who's winning. You'll end up scoring somewhere between about 80 and 100 points, of which visually, between sections on the board and things, trophies and victory points you can win, you might be able to predict 30 or 40 points of that. Which means your deck and the value of the cards in your deck is really the secret part, which, unless someone's got a really good memory,
has been counting,
you're not going to know. And so every point, literally to the very last turn of the game, counts. And you should be just acting like, I might be winning, I might still be in this. I might still be in this. And it's amazing how many games come really close between points where you'll see 3 or 4 people all within 5 points of each other who didn't realize, oh yeah, because I put that in there. I put a spy in here and I ruined his plan because at the very last turn he thought he was going to get the full points from Enzo Baranzan. I put a spy, I contest it, I robbed him of the 3 points, I now won. So every point counts, but you really don't know till the end. So it's very in keeping with the drow theme. You have to be sneaky, deceptive. This is an anti-cooperative game. There is no there is no pleasure in being nice to each other. There's no point. It will only serve to show that you are the weaker house and will be eliminated.
Excellent. So you said you've flown in a few copies, but we should be seeing this in full distribution.
Yes, it arrives first week in July. It's on a rather slow boat at the moment, but there's copies brought in so that we could do reviews, and anybody lucky enough to come here
and certainly by Gen Con you'll have this in stock.
Yes, yep. Gen Con's actually the Star Trek Ascendancy launch, so each show's got its own launch, and then Essen will be Doctor Who, so we've got big games. Each one for a show spread out quite nicely.
Wonderful. John Paul, thank you very much. Tyrants of the Underdark. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.